Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Mohamad Hakinen, NIM 2100010107 from Economic Development. On this occasion, I will explain the assignment that I have done for the mid-semester exam, namely the assignment entitled is Analysis of the Influence of Investment Inflation and Consumption on GDP in Indonesia. Background of research. Inflation based on pressure on production costs or what is known as cost push inflation. This inflation occurs as a result of continuous increase in production costs until inflation occurs. With an increase in production costs, there are two possibilities that will be carried out by producers. One of which is by increasing the price of their product with the same number of offer, or another way is by increasing the price of their product due to the amount of production static and begin 2022. Inflation caused by a deficit of the budget. This inflation occurs when the ruling government spend more money than it is getting through revenue and other resources. Inflation itself is divided into three groups based on the level of increase in price prevailing in society. Solorza 2021. Creeping inflation. Creeping inflation with a value of less than 10% based on his explanation. If this happen in society, it is actually needed to boost the economy itself through encouraging producers who produce goods and service. Fahlevi Ernayani Lestari, Bubur NYUD 2020. Inflation in the moderate or medium category. Moderate or galloping inflation show the amount of inflation with a percentage of 10 until 100%. Based on the percentage of things that will happen in the community is the price in circulation will increase very quickly and the increase is relatively high. High inflation or hyperinflation with a value of more than 100% based on the value amount. This will indicate that people don't want to spend their money because the value of on the market has fallen very sharply. So people choose to exchange it for good. From Cobb Spray Daily Dosi and Ang Tuaco 2021. Two types of inflation can be recognized based on their origin of or source. Domestic inflation. This inflation occurs as a result of the deficit in financing and state spending, which can be seen through the state budget. Import inflation, or what is referred to as imported inflation. This inflation occurs because there are countries that are trading partner of that country and experience price increase abroad. It could also happen if a nation currency depreciates in comparison to one of its principal trading partner, in which case it can have an effect in the form of an increase in the production cost. Although this effect can have a direct or indirect effect. From Kirzijauskas, Straimikiene, Grisien, Mikalauskian, and Kyriakopoulos 2022. The ordinary research methodology. Methodology is using the ordinary least square or OLS technique. Technique is employed to scrutinize the correlation between the reliant and autonomous variable. Research setting use the purpose of this study is to determine the impact of investment, inflation, and consumption in Indonesia GDP from 2013 to 2021. Research subject. The data used in this study are secondary data are from Bank Indonesia, Indonesia Economic and Financial Statistic or SECI, and World Bank and Scientific Journal. Type of data. The data used is quantitative data and is time series. Technique of collecting data. This investigation utility information obtained from diverse sources such as economic and financial statistics, data from Bank Indonesia, the World Bank, and academic publication. Data. The GDP variable in Indonesia show the highest value in 2021 of 27.80, while the lowest was in 2015, namely 27.48. Then the investment variable has its highest value in 2021, namely 11.79, and its lowest value in 2013, namely 11.02. Then the inflation variable in this data had the highest value in 2013, namely mean 0.17, and had the lowest value in 2021, namely mean 1.66. And finally, the consumption variable, which has the highest value in 2021, where it has a value of 27.37 and the lowest value is 27.08. All the explanation above explain that every year all these variables experience change. Conclusion. Investment have a favorable effect on GDP in the long run. So investment play a key role in accelerating economic growth and increasing the country production capacity. In Indonesia, the GDP variable itself is not considerably impacted by inflation. High inflation does not significantly affect economic growth. However, it is still important for the government to maintain price stability and control inflation so that it does not have a negative impact on the economy. Consumption and GDP variable are positively and significantly correlated. An increase in consumption will contribute significantly to GDP growth. An increase in consumption can be a driver of economic growth when combined with other factors that support the growth. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.